welcome back to my channel, Orlando Tissoni, or you can find me on Instagram at Two's Creative Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my craft room. A lot of the shelving in here was either bought at Walmart or at Ikea. Also, I believe I got my desk at Wayfair. A lot of the baskets and storage items you'll see will also have been purchased from the dollar store, Walmart, or Michael's as well. So when you first walk in, this is what you first see, but we're gonna first start behind my door here. And behind my door I have this, it's meant for your shoes, but this is where I like to put my punches. And I have them organized by section here. So this one is kind of just my basic shapes. So I got my small circle. So not all of these are filled, so I do have some room to get some more. And then the top row is just some additional yarn that I have that I might want to use in a project. So then if we turn back around, you'll see this L-shaped desk here. I really like this desk. And then I have a really nice view out front. So I'm going to be doing a tour right now just because within a month I'm actually going to have to move everything out of this craft room into one of my bedrooms due to the fact that I'm getting some new roommates. And once one of them leaves, I'm moving my craft room, leaving it all into my entire big room. So there'll be a few craft room tours coming up here. So we'll start with the desk here first. So on top here, right now I just kind of have that book there. I recently just did this, so if you're interested in seeing how I kind of organize my swaps, I have that there. I just recently did this. This is a light that I purchased to help with filming. I have my printer. I have a little acrylic unit back there, my computer, my silhouette, and I love using these baskets to put my projects in that I'm working with. So if we come to the very front of this L-shaped desk, this is kind of where I keep a lot of my inserts. So these are just some inserts for the traveler's notebooks. This is my big crocodile. And then this is the inserts where I keep from the shop, a stapler to put them together. And then these are just inserts for personal and A5 along with their punches, and then just some additional glue that I purchased for a swap but realized I wasn't able to send it internationally. And then that's just some swap goodies that I need to put away. So then if we come to the inside here, let's remove this chair. If we come to the inside of underneath the L-shaped desk here, again I have another basket for projects. That's where I just keep some of my Hobonichi stuff. These bins have scrapbook paper. So this one has my basic colors. This has the Tim Holtz paper pad. And this one has a whole bunch of like scraps from different collections. And then again, another project basket. And then also I have a project in there as well. Underneath here, so behind the desk, I have enough room space to put some shipping boxes. So I just have that on that side. Just some paper. In that box has all my cords that hang out of the thing with my laminator on top. This basket is my shipping basket. So it has a bunch of different envelopes, pretty much, and some of my bigger cellophane bags. Next, these two have a bunch of different things. This kind of has more like photo paper and laminating sheets. And this one just has some of those page protectors and some vellum. And in this box, I have my 110-pound cardstock, my cardstock in various colors, white cardstock, regular printing paper, just some file folders in case I want to use for crafting, dot grid, and dot grid paper. So then that acrylic drawer just has some sticky notes and some, oh gosh, I can't think of the names for these, those things that you stick on clothing or something. So it just has some things like that. And then I just like to keep a little vase of rosettes in my room, as I do have cats, and I've read that cats are allergic to quite a bit of flowers, or they're dangerous to them. So yeah, I just like to keep those so that way they don't eat them. And then, sorry, I'm going to move my chair here again. And then on this side of my desk, there's 3 drawers here. So this one needs to be reorganized again, but this kind of just houses a bunch of equipment for the silhouette. It's just some pens, different clips, some more pens, and then just some paper pads. The next drawer has some stuff for my printer. These are just Instax photo things, ink for my printer. These are my business cards, some binder clips, and I keep one of my handheld, oh gosh, what are they called? Handheld things to film with. And then the last drawer here, which I used to keep a lot of my file folders in when I used to have this more as an office. This is where I have some felt, some foam, and a whole bunch of the crinkle paper for shipping, and then also just some Ziploc bags that I used to put projects in and things like that. I just have on the side of my desk here just some planners that I need to organize. That little basket has some sewing stuff, which I also had to rearrange my craft room and move my whole entire sewing room, almost my entire sewing room in here, as well as, again, like I said, I have some roommates coming around and there's going to be a lot of shifting in my house. So along this whole wall I have Kallax units purchased from Ikea. So I have an 8 one and I believe this is 12. And 16. Yes. So if we start at the top there, this is kind of just more decoration stuff, but I do have a lantern in these 2 bins here that were purchased at Michael's. The top one has some ribbon and the bottom one has some other yarn. We have some buttons, washi tape. That right there is where my memory dexes are. Some more yarn there. In these 2, I have some paper clips in that one, and oh, I can't remember what I put in this one. Actually can't remember what I put in this bin. This one might actually be empty. Yes, sorry, I used to have something, but that's empty right now, and I got to figure out what to put in that one. And then again, like I said, I like to use rosettes as flowers, and then I'll kind of go more detail into this one once we kind of get around the room there. So I am going to start with this shelving unit here, and so we'll kind of do 2 at a time. Sorry if I get a little too close. My room isn't huge, but there's enough room to walk around. So here I just have some more washi tape. This has just a bunch of stickers, just a flip book that I created. Like I said, I had to move my sewing room into here, so these are some zipper pouches that I have for sale in my Etsy shop. If we go down one, these are the traveler's notebooks that, again, we have available in our Etsy shop. That's just our shop name. These here are some stickers that I have available in the Etsy shop. These are just some random stickers that I can use in projects, and then back there is just a bunch of spare extra like paper flowers or bling that when I run out I can grab some more. And then if we go back down here, this unit here is all of my art journaling books. The next one, again, this bin here, this bin has some more planner stickers that I sell, and then also those are just kind of like the freebies inside there. And then I just kind of have a bag back there that I can use. So if we go down one more here, this is where I keep my art journaling supplies, so my Dilution paints, and then this just has a bunch of little tidbits inside there. So if you're interested in seeing this a little bit more, you can definitely leave a comment down below. Also, if you'd like to see any section of my craft room in a little bit more detail, you can leave that down below and I'll be more than happy to do a video for it. Right next to that one is my sticker paper, and I just have some freebie paper clips and then just a little basket. So I'm just going to move over to the next unit here. So again, we'll do 2 at a time. So this has one of those dividing things, so you can see here's one shelf and then there's another shelf. So this kind of gives a little bit more space. So on the top part here, I have some more washi tape. This here just has some tools, and this has a whole bunch of this elastic cording to do the traveler's notebooks in, and then also the eyelets that are required. We'll go next. So next, right beside that one, I have this drawer, cupboard here. And this just has a whole bunch of different pens, things that I kind of haven't decided where to put, or things I don't want out or don't look as pretty, but Tombow markers, and then just a whole bunch of other pens and markers in here as well. And then also, of course, when you have pets, you always need a lint roller. So if we go down, so to kind of the second half of this gray divider and the bottom half of this whole unit, here is where I keep all of my like jewelry charms. So I have 3 different bins. They're all not full yet. Those are just some more eyelets and just some other items. Here has a whole bunch of like other cording and things like that, and then also embroidery floss as well back there. Right next to that is where I keep some of my planners. So I have some of my A5s and a bunch of different traveler notebook sizes, along with just a vase with some dried up flowers and my Instax. So if we go down one more from there, here I have a bunch of different paper. So the bin back there has my Planner Society kits that I received for a while, and then a bunch of other paper pads that are kind of 8x8 and 6x6 and things like that. And this front one has my Happy Scrappy kits that I have received. So there's just some papers and then also some little notebooks in there too. So I have that there. Right beside that is this 2-drawer unit. And so in the top one, I just have a whole bunch of different envelopes and card bases. And in the one below that is just a whole bunch of goodies that I can use to give away in swaps. So then if we go down to the last 2 here, I have a whole bunch of magazines along with some other different paper collections. So I bought these at a craft store, and they're these little plastic, and they got zipper, and they can fit 12 by 12. So I just have some of my paper collections that I kind of wanted to keep separate there. This is where I kind of keep my Planners Anonymous subscription kit that I've received, just along with some other paper that didn't fit up above. And then these are all of my, pretty much my card making and papercraft magazines. I love these magazines. Sorry, and then also some magazines by Jane Davenport. What is this? Stamp for Stamp. So just magazines. And then these are some other magazines by some other companies, and I believe these are also, I also have some like Christmas ones. All right. So the next section is going to be a little bit more difficult to go through, just as my, I have a desk that is attached to it here. So I will actually, I'm going to go on the other side here. So this is where I keep some of my stamps, and I have a separate video on how I organize my stamps. Right beside that one, again, 2 separate shelves, I have one of those gray dividers again. So the top one, I have some ribbon. I kind of call this my shabby / vintage ribbon. And in this section here has a whole bunch of other buttons that I want to keep, and then also just paper clips also in all of those different jars. So then if we go down one more here, I have some more stamps here. I have my stamping platform. This is where I keep all of my stencils. I also like to use a lot of the zipper pouches that we create for our Etsy shop also in organizing. And then just some other items. So, sorry, I have to go back around on this side. Underneath here, I just have to move some stuff. So underneath here, this is kind of completely new to me. I just put my Halloween ribbon box here for right now. This will definitely get moved after the Halloween season and probably replaced with Christmas. I just have a little cupcake tray with some die cuts out. I have my, I have my pom-pom trim here, and then there's another basket that, if I can grab it, has all of my cupcake liners as well. So I have that in arm's reach. I used to have the pom-pom trim in something else, but I found that I wasn't really using it. I kind of forgot that I had it. And so, actually I can go from underneath here. So underneath my desk area, right here, I have a bin for scrap paper, and then I also keep my scoreboard, or my paper trimmers and scoreboard there, as I tend to reach for those quite often and I need them within reach. Right next to that is my pocket letter binder, and then this bin has bits and pieces for junk journaling or any other kind of crafting I might want to do. Like I said, I had to move my sewing machine up here, so I just kind of have it tucked underneath there. So I'll just have to pull that out when I need it. One of these other really great storage units is for 12 by 12 has my pastel paper, as I'm kind of working on a pastel-Halloween swap right now. And then right here is a cloth bag that's got a bunch of different tulle, and I just got some cheesecloth as well. And then again, just some more paper pad collections there. So attached to my desk, attached to the big Kallax unit is my desk here. So you can see I just have some projects that I'm working on. So I kind of have a space for my hot glue gun here. I kind of just use this cute mini mug to put some little bits and pieces in there. I've been really liking this and keeping my glue in here, and it's really handy. That's just a project that I've been working on. I have my glass media mat here, and then I also have this gooseneck thing to record videos with, and it is removable, so sometimes I'll move it from here to there depending on kind of what video I want to create. If anyone has any suggestions on how to film with this, I find that my light, which I have directly up above here, glares down on this mat and you can see it. So, and I've tried using my Ott light and my other light that I purchased on either side, and again you can still see the glare. So if anyone has any suggestions, I'd really would love that. And I have this really pretty Beauty and the Beast tumbler that one of my friends bought me for my birthday. I absolutely love it. Next, I have on the end of my desk here is this unit that I purchased from Michaels. So it spins, and I kind of keep all of my go-to, like I use these items quite frequently. So I just have like my quarter rounder, another hole punch. In here's just some, use these for makeup. I find that they're not overly great for using with the distress inks. Next here I have scissors, I have some stamp things, and then I also just have some other, I also have some other rulers. These are a whole bunch of rulers that I like to use. Here are a whole bunch of pens, big Sharpie markers. Right behind that one is more of the artsy pens. In front of here, there's this, and I have some scissors here and tweezers to use for smaller projects. These are just tweezers that you buy at a drugstore or anything that you use. So I need to find some craft ones that are a little bit better. These are just some mermaid markers. These are my paint brushes. And this small one just has the pom-pom makers and then just some pins. Here has my smaller crocodile. I have my awl, and then I just have like a whole bunch of other small little gadgets that you need, like a X-Acto knife, bone folder, just a spatula thing. And behind that one, I have my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Next, again, I just have some more scissors hanging up here. These are all of my designed scissors. This unit needs to get utilized better, but right now I just have some instructions in there. And then we're back to the front here. And then in the center is where I have my heat tool. And so, like I said, we will go through this unit here a little bit closer. So up top here is a whole bunch of sequins that I have from the Planners and Odds and subscription kits. This is one of those things from Michaels, Recollections, that you use for embossing, or you can even use it for your shakers. This just has a whole bunch of gems that I bought from Michaels. Up here is where I keep all of my Copic markers, and also they're called alt alternatives, which are a lot like Copics and are a lot cheaper. So I'm able to get those locally for me. Next, I have some of my Nuvo drops, just some stickies that I received from a swap, and then a whole bunch of sequins that are, like, I got my seashells, some stars, pearls, and I have some flowers in here as well. In this little box here is where I keep my embossing powders. And, sorry, I just need to move that. And also some more. These are the Distress Powder by Tim Holtz. So that's kind of what I have in that unit. When I move into my bigger bedroom and move my craft room into there, I definitely want to have that more on my desk. I think it'd be a little bit more handy. Next to that is the tall Kallax drawer. And on top of this, this is where I keep my die cut machine. And in this bag here is where I keep all of my like die cut tools and just extra bigger dies that don't fit where my other dies belong. So again, one of my zipper pouches that we sell. And here's another one of those zipper pouches, and this is kind of where I keep my junk, another project that I'm working on, like my junk journal. Let me see if I can grab it, my junk journal album there. So I just have a bunch of different items in there. So again, this is where I keep a lot of items that I tend to need more frequently. So up top here is where I have all of my different baggies and all of the different bags that you use for packaging. So I just have to move my chair. Next to that is just some more tape and glues. This is where I keep my foam tape. And then this is just kind of like a bits and pieces bin. Next, below that is where I keep all of my inks. And I have my Distress inks organized in these. I love those tins. And I get the small ones. Below that one is where I keep a lot of my curls. And then these bins just have a whole bunch of other little knick-knack things, like this is flowers, this is brads, this is kind of like rosettes or bows, loose leaf bling here. These are, oh, these need to actually go in my next drawer, which I reorganized. So this is where I used to keep my Dylusion paints, but I moved them. And so I kind of put, and I used to have these where my pom-pom trim was, but again, I wasn't utilizing these, so I put these in here. I just put some of the tags. This just has random dies in here, and then just some other things too, like puzzle pieces and bottle caps to alter. Next is where I keep my Dylusion sprays and my Distress sprays, along with one of my mats and some baby wipes. Next one is where I keep my Dina Wakley acrylic paints. And so this is kind of, I call my art drawer. So I just have some other art supplies. I have the Jane Davenport watercolors and just like some of the other things. And then this is kind of where I have some of my bigger Distress inks that my mom gave me because she had some extras. So I just kind of have those there. And then next one has, again, some more baby wipes and just a whole bunch of like other different mediums. So like ultra thick gel medium, Mod Podge, gesso. I have some black gesso, some like crackle paste, obviously some paper towel. So that just has a whole bunch of other different things. And this one I kind of call my junk drawer, which I don't really gravitate a lot, but needed space. So just like extra spare stuff, and then other things that kind of don't really have a space for, you know, could alter those. So that's that drawer. Right next to my Kallax unit is another bin where I have a whole bunch of items to junk journal with, and a bin with some yarns and stuff for junk journaling. And right now I have that there. That's just fabric scraps. And right next to that is just a bag that has some canvas that I'm working on. Right next to that is this Raskog cart, and this is kind of my planner slash, oh gosh, what's it called? Oh gosh, I can't think of the word. I can't think of it right now. So the top part here just has some other different planners and notebooks that I might want to use. This is where I keep my wood stamps, as I only have 3 of them. This bin has some tassels, and then these cups just have some more pens, and then this just has some random little goodies inside here. Below that has a bin full of different sticky notes and notepads. This bin has a whole bunch of some stickers. Below here, I have a whole bunch of little knickknacks that again can be used for junk journaling or for journaling in the Hobonichi. And then this has a whole bunch of different types. This has a bunch of different types of stamps, like more for planners and journaling. And then these also have specific stickers that are just inside there. So next to that, I have this shelving unit right here, which was purchased at Walmart. And so on top of here, I have some more ribbon. Here, these two boxes hold a whole bunch of different of these, I want to say die cuts of from different, a lot from Tim Holtz. This bin pretty much has all of my Planners Anonymous dies that came with the subscriptions. Right next to this just has some swaps I received and some cards I received, but then also a lot of cards that like when I first started crafting that I created. Next, below that, this is where I have my, what is it called? The Glimmer Hot Foil. So I just have like the whatever dies I have and the foil in here. Next to that one is this that has a whole bunch of dies that I've received in swaps. Next to here is where I have some Halloween charm embellishment type things. Those are where I keep my flowers once I cut them up. And then again, this is kind of where I like to keep some embellishments that I've created. This is my Spellbinders Glimmer Hot Foil machine. These are my punches that don't fit behind my door that are too big. Next down here is again some cards I've received in a swap, some cards I've made, some embellishments that I've made. I used to have these in a unit right next door that was my Halloween stuff, but I have rearranged that, so I just have those there. This here is a bunch of embellishments that I've created for Halloween and Christmas. Oh, sorry. And then right next to that is where I keep my, what are they, Martha Stewart punches? No, We Are Memory Keeper punches, sorry. The envelope and the frame one. Down below that, in these two bins, is where I keep my dies. And again, I have another video showing that. Closer look. Below that, in the bottom two, is where I keep my tissue paper and my crepe paper. And then I kind of just move this bin around wherever I need to. And again, this is sometimes where I'll grab if I need like a really small tiny piece of bread. And then once in a while I clear this out. So if we go to the unit right next to that one, again, that I believe was purchased at Walmart. So on top of here is where I keep some Halloween paper clips and stuff that I've created or bought. This is my Halloween memory decks box that I need to decorate. This is Halloween and Christmas washi tape plus additional washi tape. This is where I'm going to be putting, oh, I missed a complete shelf over on my craft desk where I have a bin that has my dies that I've created. Here, let me show you. Sorry, don't want to make you sick. Completely missed this section. So I have these 3-piece organizers that, as you can see, like it's got some embellishments, I guess, that I've created. So I will eventually be moving those into that bin there, and then I can like put new stuff in that one. So below here, this is where I keep a bunch of my other salt sequins, like all of the different colors that I have. This bin kind of has some of those alpha chips, ticket things, playing cards, things like that. I have my fuse tool in here, and again, just some extra gems and just some other glitters inside here as well. So below that one, attached is I have my apron that I made. So next here, these binders have some more dies in there. This has my embossing folders. This shelf is where I used to keep my Halloween supplies, but I have rearranged, like I said, rearranged this room already. So this bin just has a whole bunch of supplies, materials, items for sewing. I just put my Halloween fabric out for right now, so I can grab that a little bit easier, and I can always change that out based off the season. This bin has just some more fabric inside here, my canvas, and right now, like I said, so I moved mostly everything that was on that shelf for Halloween into this bin here, which is from Michael's. And so I will be doing a separate video on my Halloween supplies, so you can take a look out for that. This has my Halloween scrapbook paper inside here, and so I keep this. So this is, oh, and then this is where I keep a whole bunch of cardboard and stuff for thickening stuff up. So this is actually my closet, which I removed the doors. So on top here is the shelves. So during the off season, I put my Halloween stuff up here. So this bin also has just other Halloween items that I don't necessarily need to grab right away. So I can always just grab that when I really need it. So that stuff will go up there. My Christmas stuff used to be where my fabric bin is. So again, I just put all of that stuff in there. And once I go back to the city, hopefully in a week or two, I will get another one of those bins that my Halloween stuff is in, and put that stuff in there. That's just my Christmas paper. This has a whole bunch of my personal zipper pouches that I might need. This bin just has a bunch of wood things that I might, like picture frames I might want to alter. That just has some other scrap paper that I don't really use. I had to rearrange my room, like I said, and I had to move a lot of the swaps I received. So I haven't really figured out how to display them yet, so I just put some stuff in there. This again has some more heavy body acrylic paints, and then those are just some tissue papers which I'm going to be using and decorating as well. So this is pretty much my craft room, and there's one more item here. So I just have my garbage pail. That little monster is a foot warmer. And this here I got from my grandma. And this I put all of my threads inside, so it just opens up. So this was my grandma's. So this was really messy, so I reorganized it and just kind of kept some of the things that she had in here, and then just added some of my stuff in here as well. I just thought this was super cute, and I love it right here. And so once I get one of my bedrooms back downstairs, I will be putting that one as my sewing room again and keeping it separate. So I'll just do one more quick overview here. So like I said, that used to be a closet, which I just took the doors to open up the room a bit more. And so I do like to keep my room fairly organized. Like I said, I use a lot of different bins and zipper pouches to help keep my projects tidy. And I always do tend to clean up after I am finished working that night. I'll tend to put the supplies back away and put my projects away as well. That's just an exception. But yes, so I hope you enjoyed a look at my craft room here. And again, if you have any particular area that you kind of want to see a little bit more in depth, leave that down below and I will be more than happy to do a video for it. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.